A is the one we're going with, except we're not putting diamonds down the band here. It's just going to be face on with a forged out platinum band, and then sort of like a bit of detailing in the wire work for the six claws, and then a little pinch at the bottom just for a bit of a design feature. So I've rolled everything out, and if you look carefully you'll notice that there is a slight point on the ends of the platinum square wire, because I'm going to use a draw plate, which is essentially a bit of steel with some holes in it that are successively smaller, and these holes are round holes because it's a round draw plate. I've got tungsten inserted ones, so they leave like a polished finish, but in order for the wire to be drawn through a smaller hole, it's got to have just like, you know, kind of like a pointed bit, like when you lick a bit of string to put it through the eye of the needle. That's kind of what's happening here. So we'll put it in and draw it through. But I just rolled them like a lot. You know, this one I rolled well beyond 70%, which is, you know, typical things that work hard and after about 50 to 70%. So I'm going to have to anneal them, which is when I warm them up with the flame to soften it again, particularly with the wire, because otherwise it'll kind of just get stuck in the draw plate and then might break, and so it's painful. So those bits that I hammered out, I rolled super thin, and I'm going to cut them up so I can actually use these strips as welding wire. Weld wire number 1. This next part, I've just welded the joins. I didn't use solder because I want to do a lot of forging, and solder joins can break quite easily, especially with platinum, because platinum can be pretty hard when it's work hardened. Also, weird thing about platinum is that it doesn't work harden so much when you're working with it, but it continues to work harden over time. So like in 30 years or so, say if there's like not much polishing and cleaning going on, it means the surface is never being like taken off and then re-brought back to a polish. So the hardened, sort of bump hardened sheen, general sheen from bumping on the environment, that surface will be on the top, but then after a few years it'll slowly sink through, and then after a while it sinks all the way through all the platinum, and it creates a lot of tension on the solder joins, which is why you can sometimes see rings where the back of the band has just kind of snapped, and that's just when the metal is work hardened over time and the solder joint can no longer take the pressure. So I'm doing as much welding as possible when there's single joins. Sometimes with double joins, like say this band has to come up either side, there's going to be joins all around there, so I'm not going to be so worried about having to weld that. Hammer, 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 ding, 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 until it was flush with the surface, making sure it didn't tip either way. And then it was a little bit bent and skewed, so then I put the point in there and then hammered it again, and then moved to a steel hammer, because this is actually the punch as opposed to, I don't want to damage the tip of that with steel before. And then I just gave it a few big old bangs to even out anything that the copper hammer didn't. Okay, what? Move it this way. Bend. That bend. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out when you do. And make sure to click the notification bell next to it as well, so you never miss a video.